This is my daughter Stacy. We're nice and early in the morning. It's like 5 o'clock in the morning and time for our work to start.
My love of horses, it started from the age of about 5, where I started riding. I was on my second pony by 8, and going right through my teenage years, I continued to ride just socially, and then I sort of stopped riding, competing, and focused on my high school, I can say my high school career. Leaving school, we then moved as a family over to the UK. I completed the rest of my schooling overseas, and then I took a little bit of a break, and I did some sort of animal courses where I focused quite a lot on the animal behavior, animal nutrition, training, just of predominantly small animals. And I actually got offered a position where I went into training and working as a veterinary nurse in quite a big practice in the UK, which was a mixed animal practice. And it was 24-hour on-call nursing. That was, I think, everything from goldfish to horses. It was an experience I will never forget. And obviously completing my veterinary nursing, we decided to then move home back to South Africa as a family. And I got a position as a small animal nurse, and I was veterinary nursing here for about 5 years, and then obviously in the interim, Dad started his training career. And as the numbers grew, I think just as a decision of a family, we decided that I was going to make the call and come back to horses and use the veterinary knowledge that I'd gained and use it to our advantage. So having a racing yard where I could then focus on the well-being of the horses, the medications, the bandaging, sort of the veterinary needs of them here as well. So just continuously working with the horses, it never really stopped. Going through that, working part of the yard, I then studied and did they call it a stable employee's license. So I then became a qualified stable employee, where there's an amount of time where you work within the stable yard. Obviously, you're starting off at the bottom. You're marking out your boxes. You are just basically going through everything you do when you start riding. Taking care of your horses, feeding, cleaning, grooming, the ins and outs through racing. And then becoming more and more involved in racing, I decided I wanted to become an assistant trainer. And going through that, there was an exam as well. So there's timelines that you have to fulfill within the stable yard. And then studied for that exam and passed that. And since then, I've been a licensed assistant trainer, where you fill in the basic duties of your trainer when he's not around. And going forward, I think in a life career, I can either take over Reeves Racing one day and work as partners with my dad. I think it's a family legacy that we've built, and for my children as well. Having that name, having that, like I say, that legacy that I'm very blessed to have had with my dad, going through being a jockey and now a trainer, having such a long line of horsemanship behind me that you continue to learn, you continue to grow. My husband Devon Ashby, he's a jockey, so we've really kept it tight in the family, and we just go from strength to strength, having all angles just a part of us.
It's nice, this one. It's a nice horse, this one. It's short, but yeah, it's running well. 2 wins, plenty place, too much place. Nice horse is this one. Rodemark. Nice one.
How I got into racing, I always loved horses as a young boy. Joined the South African Jockey Academy. I was real little lightweight. I think those days I weighed 28 kilos, so jockeyship was going to always be my road. Yeah, I joined there in 1980. I think I joined the academy. 5 years apprenticeship. Loved what I was doing. Was what I was going to do my whole life. Then qualified as a jockey. Rode for roughly 20 years, and in 2000 I had a really bad accident. I had a head-on collision, 2 horses on the sand track at Northerton. Yeah, that sort of took me out of the game for a little while. And then wasn't sure really what I was going to do, so I eventually went overseas and went straight back into horses. I worked for a very big stud farm in Royston, a lovely part of England, north of Newmarket. And it was really exciting, it was really good work. I used to run a little pre-training yard. It was called the Old Yard, and it was at New Sales Park, which is mothership to Main Chance Farm in Robinson, owned by Jacobs. And Jacobs Senior owned that farm. Yeah, very successful stud farm. But I had a lot of fun. I was pre-training horses for the likes of Michael Stout, Mark Johnson, Marco Botti, Patrick Haslam. So yeah, a couple of really, really nice horses went through my hands. Strawberry Dakari has a foal who's actually just won the other day her first start. So yeah, quite exciting to see those kind of things. Soapy Danger, really leaner selection, all horses that won at Royal Ascot. So yeah, a lot of horses, nice horses really went through my hands. A stallion as well, Jatando Anando, I broke him in and got him going for Marco Botti. So yeah, I had some really good experience there. It was really fun and gained a lot of, like I say, experience. Yeah, then when I decided after about 3 years that I wanted to come and give it a go myself and train properly. So yeah, it took me about a year. Being a jockey and a trainer is a totally different thing, so you've got to learn a little bit more about medicines and all kinds of things, and feed and all those kind of things. So it took me about a year, and then I wrote my license and became a trainer. I think in 2009, my first winner as a trainer shortly after that. I think it was our third runner in fact, and since then, yeah, we've just grown. And we are a small competitive yard, so long may it live, and yeah, nice family concern yard, so yeah, we just look forward to the future and this new season come up. Devin, morning.
Morning.
If you can please take Snowcloud. I'd like to give him a little bit of pace work this morning. So, yeah, 3 furlongs, give him nice and pace work, let him work along at the end.
Okay.
Nicely, okay? Also,
Sorry.
Persistence goes the quickest, that's the one they've all got to get to. Rod the Mod is up the outside of that, and Silver Falcon is trying to close in behind those. They followed by Tsar Peter. Up the outside, Rod the Mod has come back to regain the lead. No more from Persistence, and it's Rod the Mod who's streaking clear up the outside inside the final 200. Silver Falcon trying hard. Persistence is now starting to come back for another bite at it. It's Rod the Mod in front, Silver Falcon the danger, Ovation kicking on late, but Rod the Mod has it all safe. Tight for second on the inside. It's going to be Silver Falcon over Ovation for that second and third placing. Full result has been posted for race number 2. The winner is number 8, Rod the Mod, owned by Andy Elton, trained by Paul Reeves, ridden by Devin Ashby.
those straps off his
Take
legs,
that
please.
bandage off and just make sure that overreach is fine.
Yeah. Wash his legs off, Spokey.
Boy.
Hasn't knocked himself, eh?
Doesn't look like it.
Hey, big boy. That's good for him.
Frosty.
Be
No.
careful for kicking,
Wait.
guys, eh?
Hey. That's one. Oh, just make sure we keep that clean, okay? Don't rub it too much.
Stacey, this horse has lost a shoe, eh? Front
Okay,
shoe
I'll
snake
put it
line.
down for Gordon.
Just put it down there for the farrier. One extra small job for him.
No, snow
No,
cloud.
snow cloud. Pull the front shoe.
14.
But he's taken it off clean. He hasn't chipped up or anything.
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
I'm going to
Okay.
sort my string out quickly.
Yeah.
I've got 2 more horses that we're going to put in the paddock. I run this from last week.
Okay.
We're probably going to go with Bonanza and Mighty Mac.
Yeah. Stick them in now, then they get a nice bit of time.
Yeah, so as soon as I finish washing them, Spokey will put those 2 in.
Okay. Good stuff. This is Rod the Mod.
And a nature to absolutely die for. Like, if I could have every horse with a nature like him. He's like perfect in almost every way. He's got a solid build, he holds his condition well, he does everything you ask of him, never puts a
He's
foot wrong.
sound.
Never puts a foot wrong. Spoiled.
So this is a meal contains just about everything: minerals, vitamins, oils, all kinds of seeds. Just a nice, good concentrate, all-round good concentrated food. Roughly 16% protein, so they all get some of this, and then we need a cube base, which is also a very standard, quite high in protein as well, but it's good bulk food. And then they get a lot of roughage as well, ote and lucerne. The meal also contains a little bit of lucerne, so quite a lot of roughage that the horses get. Just keeps them regular and clean inside.
My equine massage blanket. What it does is it's got a few bars running through the blanket that actually send pulses through the horse's body. So I use this just post work. It just helps them relax, it helps loosen those muscles, it makes sure that you don't end up with any nerves that tend to get pinched. This one I actually imported from England. We don't have this make actually here in South Africa. And when I was nursing over there, I just got a good affiliation with the company and I quite like their products. So I actually brought one home. I have ice boots as well, which basically send pulses down the horse's back legs, running down their tendons, just if they need to cool off, a little bit of blood stimulation.
You know, we've rehomed a couple of our old faithful chaps, of recent. We had Skidoo, was a really, I think he won us 6 or 7 races, but we found him a lovely home. He's now jumping, so he's making somebody else, some other child happy. And we had our photocopy, another one. Ree Holmes recently retired him, and he won our 7 races. But they're like your children. And it's like trying to find a home for your child.